I'm so happy you're here, ready to receive this message. Get rid of the title you have now. Why do we want to do this? We want to get rid of the title that either you've given yourself or a company has given you or a certification has given you so you can step into the title that really resonates with you, the title that really feels good, the one that you can say with proudness and happiness. And you can feel really good when people ask, hey, what do you do? Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you've probably struggled with this for quite some time, just like I did. Let me tell you a little bit of a story about that. Okay. So when I certified to be a health coach, I was like, woo, yeah, I'm a health coach. And then as years went on, I felt like it was such a downplay to what I really do. And so I played around. I was like a wellness coach. And then I became a detox specialist. And so I was like, I'm a health coach and a detox specialist. But that is too much to answer. And no one knows what a detox specialist does. And most of the time, people ask me, oh, do you work with drugs and alcohol? And I'm like, no, I work with food and herbs. And then the conversation kind of stops because they're like, that's nice. And then when I became a bar teacher, a yoga instructor, what other certification? Like, just so many different titles and names and fitness specialist, double certified in yoga. So I didn't like saying I'm a health coach. It didn't resonate with me. So until this year, and it is 2019 right now, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but it is 2019, and I just got back from the mastermind I'm in, and my mentors were saying this was in Lafayette, California, in the jungle. It was like we were in Fern Gully for a weekend. And I started crying when we were talking about challenges we had or what we wanted to work on. And I didn't even know that this really mattered to me. So I started crying, and I was just like, health coach doesn't even encompass what I do. It it feels like a disservice to say that when someone asks me, oh, what do you do? So when I realized that that was it was like a thorn in my side. And my mentor was like, well, what do you do then? And I said, I bring out people's gifts, I bring out people's strengths, and I activate something within them to put them into action. And I was like, I really like the name Gift Activator. But then I felt like, is that like too robotic? Activator's like a Lego man or something. And so she said, I think that's exactly what you do, Gift Activator. And that was something I could really stand strong with. So now when someone asks, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a gift activator. And if they're like, what a freak, then I don't want to talk to them anyway. I don't want to waste my time explaining what I do. But if they're like, oh my God, that's so cool, tell me more, then I very happily share what I do because I'm proud. It's a title that I own. I believe in it. It feels good to me. And so if you can get rid of the title you have now, and this also happened at a retreat I just led, there was a woman there who was a caretaker, and she's just like, I'm a caretaker for multiple people, and there was a long pause. I'm like, what is it? What do you hope to activate this weekend? Because it was at an Activate Your Gifts retreat, and it was during a workshop. And she said, I'm creative and I'm an artist. And I was like, well, go from there, girl. Be the artist, be the creator that you're talking about. Because when you said that, you lit up more than I've seen you light up this entire time. So you don't need a certificate. You don't need a published piece of art to be able to say that you're an artist. You just start saying that. And then the more you say it, the more you believe it, the more you follow it, the more you fall into it, the more you start coming from that place, and the more opportunities come to you because you're so aligned with what the universe wants to give you. So think about the title you have now. I want you to write this down. Write the title that you have now. It could be, so here's some of mine: mom, wife, sister, daughter, health coach, detox specialist, bar teacher, yoga teacher, fitness specialist, happiness life coach, gift activator. So you see how my voice changed. It slowed down. It got a little bit higher. There was some enthusiasm behind it because right when I landed on that last title of gift activator, that's when I knew it was resonating with me. And as you can also tell, just sharing some of the different titles I've had, I don't even want to get into all the jobs I've had because you would laugh. And maybe you're the same. Maybe you job hopped because you have ADD, or you just were like, I'm not going to settle at some place that I'm not happy at for the next 40 years of my life. So what is the title? Maybe it's someone you see doing something. So that's how I felt when I saw people lead retreats. I was like, oh, I really want to lead retreats. Like, I love when they talk about what they do. And so 5 years ago, I started leading retreats. And so I could also call myself a retreat leader. But that still doesn't feel like the magnitude of gift activator. So maybe feel into it and then just write down some of the titles that you've held. And maybe in a separate column right next to it, write down the titles that you want to have, that you want to step into, that you want to activate, that you want to access. And then you start coming from that other column, and all of a sudden you are working from your strengths, your talents, your gifts. Because if there is a title that sounds good to you, there's something within you that wants to bring that out, but maybe there's fear. Here would be my most fearful title to put on myself: singer. Now, I love to sing around the house, but if someone, like at the retreat I just went on, one of the mentors was like, I was walking around the kitchen and I was singing, and he said, hey, do you sing? And I was like, I do sing. And he's like, have you ever done like karaoke or anything? And I said, no, not that kind of sing. Like, I mean, I sing in the kitchen, in the shower, like sometimes when I'm at the grocery store, but I've never taken it seriously. So I think putting singer on that column would probably activate that gift within me. And I could own that a little more. And I could be like, yeah, I'm at karaoke and I just stand up and I belt it out, and I don't need alcohol in my system to be comfortable. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. That makes me want to go do it just to confront that fear. I like it. So let's hold each other accountable. What title do you want to give yourself? What title is true? So for me, the title that is true is mom, wife, sister, daughter. Those are like the truest titles that I can't argue them. Those are legit facts. But the other titles, what is the one that you're going to land on that feels the best to you? Now, these are things that you can only you can figure them out. Someone might say something, oh, you'd be really good at this, you'd be really good at that. And you're like, yeah, I would. And then you do it for a little bit, and then it's not what you thought it would be. So I want you to dig in here and don't ask anyone else what you think your title should be. Just let it come naturally.